Hello, this is Terry. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Amethystastrotarot. I'm a practicing astrologer and a tarot reader, and you may always contact me for astrological chart interpretations or tarot readings through the links in my profile. Today is 31st of March 2025, so we will be closing the month of March and the month of April will be starting, and we have actually what happened last week. If we just wrap up a bit, that we had the solar eclipse with the new moon Aries. There was a partial solar eclipse on the 29th, and after that Mercury moved back into the sign of Pisces, and the new era start with Neptune going into the sign of Aries, though during the retrograde period it will go back to Pisces again. And I had a great talk about Neptune in Aries a few months ago with Allison here on my YouTube channel, so you can always check that recording because we have gone through all the houses and try to explore what Neptune in Aries may mean if it is transiting in different houses, which means different parts of your life. Having said that all, today's video would be about the decans. If you have noticed, I have made already my first video about the first decan of Aries, and now actually I'm going with the sun's movement through the signs. So because it happens that with all the planets, of course, they are going through the signs and they uh, fall into certain decans. But at the moment when I'm making this video, sun is in 10 degrees 58 minutes of Aries, so officially it's in the second decan, which means the second 10 degrees part of the sign of Aries. And I think when I first made the first video, I didn't have any idea how I would call this decan walk. But since I would be talking about the tarot card as well, but I would also in every video about the decans, I would be talking about shortly about the chart. So I can say that one decan, one chart, one card. So from now on, we can call this series, and hopefully this year I will be able to finish all the 36 videos accordingly. So when we say second decan of Aries, we are talking about the second 10 degrees of Aries, and the sun is now going through the second 10 degrees of the sign of Aries. And as I mentioned before, the traditional ruler of Aries is Mars. But according to different orders, we do have also decan rulers. And according to the descending order, where we have the order according to the speed of the planets, we have the actually the sun as the decan ruler of the descending order. And after Aries, since Leo is the second fire sign, which in terms of what we call triplicity, and that the ruler of Leo is also sun. So we have a sun-sun situation for the second decan of Aries. So we are talking about sun in Aries. And if you know about it, maybe you know, sun is exalted in the sign of Aries, in the 19 degree of Aries. So I think it's a very nice point for sun to be in Aries, because it can completely shine its power, mighty power, through this energetic, enthusiastic, assertive, and also courageous, fiery sign of Aries, with all the cardinality that brings this, the leadership, and also the at the same time the taking the initiative, taking the first steps to start new things at the same time. So in that sense, I think when we think about the uh, second decan of Aries, depending on which planet is there, we can also have to think how sun, I mean, like how we express ourselves, how our identity comes out for the other people when we meet them. Because at the end of the day, sun is our like outer shell, is the conscious part of us, while the moon is more like the subconscious and inner world, inner shell that we keep inside. The At the end of the day, as I said, like we have to think about like whatever planet is in the second decan of Aries. If we have in our natal charts, we have to also think about how Sun is in Aries as well. And uh, the card, the Minor Arcana card that is associated with the here I will go, if I click on this, I don't, okay, that I managed. We have here the trio of wands from the Rider-Waite Smith, and we can see that, I mean, like whatever has happened with the two of wands here, we see two, and then there's the third one, and also, I mean, like in different I think sources, there is a different explanation for this part and who this could be. But at the end of the day, whoever this person would be, I mean, like a merchant, a knight, or whatever that is interpreted as, we see that, I mean, whatever we have done or started through the two of wands, now we are holding on to a third one, and we are looking at this vast place in front of us, and we try to understand how we go forward from here. I mean, like how we take more action, and actually that part, um, take action, but also I think there's a bit of still, I wonder if there's a thinking process as well. I mean, we don't see, of course, the face of the person here, but at the end of the day, it is not like uh, he's in complete action, but he's also, I think, still in more like a planning process. So, I mean, like generally, it's interpreted that in this two of wands, there is more like planning, and trio of wands, it's like acting upon. But I would like to read a part from a book that I have, Decanate's Full View by Bernice Prill Grabner. And in this book, she's saying that the second decanate, or second decan, it's the more the mental influence that we have. So the people need to look to Mercury and its house placement with the possible influence of Uranus, the enlightener. I mean, like I think that there is a lot of mental process that could be going through here as well, like the thinking, the I mean, like also, if we are thinking about Mercury, we can think about also the communicating, how you communicating those all those projects or plans that you have started maybe scribbling down in the first part of the areas, and now maybe you are thinking how to put them into action, but still there is this processing going on. I think we can think about it like that with the Three of Wands. I mean, because it's like it's very still more like a I wouldn't say stable, but it's not like we see someone moving, maybe getting ready to move, but not there yet. So, as I said, one card and one chart, and I will share first the cover that I made regarding this. Here we see that we have okay. Yes, I managed to do that after I muted myself as well. So we have see here that the Three of Wands, we have the chart of dear Celine Dion. Some of you may know about her. I think probably all the world knows about her uh, beautiful voice and her music and what she brought into the music as well. And I would be looking into her chart because there are actually two charts, two birth charts that are thought to be belonging to Celine Dion, but I prefer to take the first one, which actually shows the uh, that she was born in the second decan of Aries. We see that the sun is in the 10 degrees of Aries, and that's a really an impressive chart. And today, before I started this part of the video, I had a look because it felt like because I saw the moon is also it's like last minutes of Aries that is just getting ready to go move into the sign of Taurus. And then I looked at the uh, relationship with the sun, and I'm like, okay, that's the still the new moon. And then seeing the also the north node here, I was like, okay, maybe she's not exactly born during the eclipse. She's not because there is no I mean new moon in the sense that the sun and moon are just in the same degree hand in hand. And then I checked, it turned out that the year that she was born in 1968, 28 March of March, actually there was a total eclipse, and a, total eclipse, and it was on the 28th of March, and it was 8 degrees 20 um, uh, um, 8 degrees 25 minutes that time. So she was just born after um, a solar eclipse as well. That I think this spin, etc. I'm really it's a bit strange. Anyway, so thinking about the um, second decan of Aries, actually, it's in a way, the sun is in Aries. The decan rulers are sun. So we are completely talking about someone that is a completely self-expression, and also the identity and the way that she shines. I mean, how she reflects her conscious part to the world is Aries. I mean, it's like she could be very, I mean, like this energetic person. And then also when she sings, maybe if you pay attention, there is always this like power, you know, there is so much power. And then you see that like I'm going to do this, that kind of energy that we see when she talks or the she sings. I mean, you see that also the standing, it's like very brave way. And also that the way that all the duets, etc., that she did in the past, I think she's very courageous of getting into maybe different genres and getting collaborating with different people. I think in that sense it's not like only I, but it's also there is a way of maybe thanks to her more Pisces placements, etc. There is also a bit of being part of the collective in that sense. And the interesting thing about her sun um, is that actually when we look at the grid here, the sun only has this um, relationship with Saturn, the I think in a way sense of authority, sense of structure, and then this limits and the boundaries and the time, you know, and the reality that is coming through through Saturn. And that is the only relationship that the sun has really in Celine Dion's chart. So I think this kind of the existence of this, how she expresses her I mean reality, or how she sets up her boundaries and how she builds up things are very much in touch with how she is. So I think that's really important. And the other interesting thing is that when we look at the Saturn, I mean, like, of course, Sun has this minor aspects, but the major aspect that it has is only with Saturn. And Saturn only in terms of planet has this aspect with Sun. So I think that the relationship with her identity and the type of authority that she's trying to uh, show to the world are very much intertwined, and they depend on each other, and also they support each other in a way. And again, I think, I don't know if in the first chart that I was talking about Aretha Franklin it came up there, but it again brought to my mind the talk that I follow from Carol Taylor, and then she was talking about the unexpected planets, and then she talked about Jeffrey Dean's this term about duet, when two planets have only that major aspects, one major aspect with each other, and nothing else in the sky at that moment of the birth. And I think that in that sense, I mean, that duet that the Sun and Saturn has in Celine Dion's chart as well. Of course, I would not go more into details, but it's very interesting to see this ninth house um, uh, placement, I mean, ninth house dominance, which is also where we have at the uh, cusp, at the border, let's say, of the ninth house, we have Aries, and that's a Mars ruled house. And here I will only go into this. Mars is in Taurus. So Mars in Taurus wouldn't be, and actually it's only the only planet that's in a Earth sign, including the outer, not outer planets, but it's the only Earth sign in the traditional planets that we have, and it's very interesting to see that is uh, the part that is in a way um, keeping um, Celine Dion in a way keeping her feet on the ground and making her consistent with what she is doing. And I think that this Mars in Taurus also could be the thing that, I mean, sometimes maybe we need to work hard, we need to do things slowly, but with that slow, but at the same time steady work, you build up, you build up, you build up. I sometimes make this comparison with Mars in Aries and Mars in Taurus. It feels like Mars in Aries is like the, you know, the famous tale that the rabbit and the competition, running competition with between the rabbit and the um, turtle. And I think Mars in Aries feels like the more like the rabbit, and Mars in Taurus feels like the turtle, but we know who wins the competition at the end of the day. And I think that's a very important part in Celine Dion's chart, as it is also the dispositor of the sun, because that's the ruler of the Aries, and Saturn, and at the same time Moon. And also in this chart, at least, it is the also the ruler of her midheaven, which tells about the vocations, callings, and the aspirations that we have in life, and the North Node as well, which is the uh, in the nodal axis. That's the part that we try to go from our past to the way forward, how we improve ourselves, how we manage to get our comfort zone. So I think that she had the nodal axis already, because now already the nodal axis moved back, the north node moved back to Pisces, and the south node moved back to Virgo. And the thing is that she will also have at a point when the Saturn comes to 14 degrees of Aries after May 2025, she will have her second Saturn return as well, which could be a point of growing up and working hard in a way. And that Saturn uh, return, I think when the Saturn is going through the sign of Aries after May for 2.5 years, that will first impact her, I mean, like make a touch to her sun, and after that it will come through all the placements in Aries as well. And I'm telling this like Celine Dion, as we can see. Of course, we never know the uh, how the people act and feel in their personal lives, but what we see from our house and what we see from outside, and it's like, yeah, in our comfortable armchairs in our houses as well. I mean, what we see from outside and the way that she performs and everything um, shows that powerhouse, that sun in Aries. Go ahead. I mean, like, you always have that, no, it's like this. Even, I mean, now at the moment, the time that she's going through, that during the, I think, Olympics last year, that she came back to the stage and how she shone it, that, like, there was again that courage and energy and everything, and then you could feel that all that power that is coming through the sun in Aries um, musician, that really gave uh, us and is continuing to give us good melodies through her voice and through her heart. So I think that would be that for the moment about the Celine Dion as well. And I hope that, yeah, you could get a bit of sense of the second decan of Aries, Sun Aries in the second decan of Aries, with the Sun being the decan rulers, and also getting a look at the Three of Wands in the Rider-Waite-Smith, and then Celine Dion's chart as well. I wish all the best, and hope to see you in the third decan of Aries. If I'm not mistaken, I will check right away that one as well. Yeah, I will be talking about for the third decan of Aries Sun, Adrian Brody. As you may be some of you aware of, he got a lot of awards this year with the movie Brutalist as the best actor in Golden Globes, in the Academy Awards, and in other also movie awards as well. So I will be looking at Adrian Brody in the third decan of Aries, where we will have the rulers as Venus and Jupiter. So soon I will be back with Adrian Brody chart, and also Four of Wands, which is also a very interesting um, card, with the way what it shows and what is actually kind of a meaning hidden behind it at the end of the day. So all the best. Bye bye.